8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to the Who's Who and What's What. I'm your host, Sheena Barrett, and we are hanging out here at Live Like Locals, getting ready for an incredible show today. I am super excited because, like I do, I have some besties on the show today, some incredibly talented, beautiful besties. I have with me today Tiffani Taylor of Tiffani Taylor Gallery, and I have Russell Keuker, and he's of Roots Up Gallery and a wonderful designer himself. But I want to start off the show just a little bit with a video of both of them because I want you to get a little bit familiar with them because I know them very well, and I want you to get to know them as well. So here's a little something from Tiffani Taylor and from Russell Keuker of Roots Up Gallery. before, just I'm a big fan of your art. I have the clipboard, I have, the art, and we have our what, Russell? We have our Tiffany Taylor flask as well. Before, just I'm a big fan. And you know how it is when people know you like something, you get everything from that art. And we have our what, Russell? We have our Tiffany Taylor in my repertoire. But Tiffany, you have some new things that have just come about at the gallery, and I want you to tell us a little bit about that.
Absolutely. Well, first and foremost, thank you for having me on your show. I'm honored. Franklin is honored.
Hi, Frank.
In these times, I think it's important for the patrons who have supported my art for the last 20 years for us to create products that they can use and that are authentic to this time. Yes. So we have created a puzzle line. We do have face masks because we all need to wear them, so they might as well be beautiful.
Absolutely. And they are beautiful face masks. A few of friends were wearing some the other day, and I'm just like, it's like dressing up with your face mask. So thank you for that. And they are beautiful face masks. A few of friends were wearing some the other day, and I'm just like, it's like dressing up with
having a 10% off code now through the entire summer with code BELIEVE 444, angel number. And at the gallery, we're open Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, 10 to 6. So we have summer hours. We're always available online, and we're just trying to spread positivity, love and light, solace, just a little bit of peace right now.
And it's one of my favorite things about coming to your gallery and just walking up to the door, because the first thing you see are the words infinite possibilities.
Right now.
And it just fills you with it's one of my favorite things about coming to your gallery. One thing that just the presence of the gallery, just walking in and feeling that sense of just beauty and love and togetherness and, just possibilities. So thank you for, it's one of my favorite things just to stroll up Whitaker to go to your store. Now that the face mask, what print is that from? Because they're absolutely beautiful.
So we actually have a variety, and on the website we have more than what we have at the actual gallery. But for example, I'm known for my poppies, so we have our poppies. And then I actually had our designer create this one for me because I want to be able to wear it with everything. It's a Savannah Marsh. We have birds, just basically a repertoire of my signature paintings.
Yay.
But I think we have 10 designs now. I believe we have 10.
Wow. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And speaking of signatures, I didn't mention this at the top because I was supposed to, but we have a print of yours that you're going to sign that's part of a giveaway.
Yes.
So if you go to the website and you look at it and you fill out the little entries and all of the parameters there, you can win a signed print from Tiffani Taylor. And let me tell you, it is everything. That is so tremendous. That's so tremendous that you would do that, and for for this audience. So thank you. So you have another week to do that, but I'd get on there, right after the show. And
definitely do. It's our most popular print. It's St. John's Cathedral, and it is signed and numbered, and it's valued, I think, at $220. And so yes, win, win, win. I love giving things away. I love winning things. So I think this is everyone. Franklin's excited.
It's wonderful. It is wonderful. So, we're going to talk just a little bit more about that. We're going to say hello to Russell. Hello, Russell. How are you today?
Peachy.
Peachy. So Russell, he curates over at Roots Up Gallery. He does this corporate design. And right behind me, I have one of his featured pieces that he had in Sulphur Studios. I want to know more about this piece and kind of give him an idea of what you do, Russell.
Well, the piece behind you, they're random orbit sanding discs that I collected back when I was doing historic preservation work on buildings around Savannah and downtown, like the Mercer House and the Historical Society. So I just collected them because, as you can see, you can go through a lot, and I think that has 257. But the Sulfur show was the reclaimed show. So all the pieces of art that were juried were made from reclaimed, scraps and pieces and, trash, etc. So it was all reusing what would normally be thrown away or was just picked up trash. So it was a fun show to be part of. So, and I love the piece. And you look beautiful in front of it.
Yes, I was just like, winner, winner. This might be the forever backdrop for you. I know, can't afford it. But yes, exactly. But I mean, pieces like this and other pieces that they end up in offices and places that you design, like you really like kind of lay out people's spaces for them, and you curate the artwork. Like how do you do that? Like
yeah, I did I did security associate's office, so I designed the renovation of it and picked out all the furniture, and then of course we filled the art with pretty much a lot of art from my collection because I don't have room on the walls at home for it. But it's just
a few pieces are from Tiffani Taylor.
Yes, and there are some pieces of Tiffani's work in there, had framed here locally, and a small piece from my collection. But the corporate design is just getting to know what the client wants for their offices, and then just kind of going for it, and then coming out with a whole that represents the client and works in the space and just makes everything look great. That can make prospective clients feel comfortable, as well as make the employees feel proud of working there. So it was a fun project.
Beautiful, beautiful. And it's a very welcoming thing to see art and to have something like that, just welcome you as you walk in the door and not so, corporate schmorporate or what have you.
Exactly.
Exactly. So very good, very good. Now, I know Tiffani brought up something so interesting that, I was like, we've got to talk about this, because you were talking about how you incorporate what's going on technology wise with doing your art, with expressing your art, with creating your art. And it's just kind of something that you are starting to incorporate into your daily, routine or into your art life. So tell me a little bit more about how that just comes into play into the art world, because
yes, we are seeing what a connected, globalized economy and world we live in. And one of the beautiful silver linings of this time is leaning into technology. And first and foremost, as artists, I think it's important to be your authentic self and to tell your story. It all starts there, from authenticity.
yes.
And then there has never been a greater time to be an entrepreneur or an artist than right now.
Yes.
We have every tool we need at our fingertips, and most of it's free, with social media, building our own websites. And I even saw with my MFA thesis, where I was able to actually have a virtual reception. And I know Russell and Roots Up did this as well, where now, my friends in Paris to my relatives in Wyoming and Utah were able to connect and to be part of everything that I'm creating and doing. And so that never would have happened without this time. So I encourage all artists and entrepreneurs to look at what's available to you, to work with what you have, keep your costs low, and utilize what we have available to us. We are no longer at the mercy of an agent or a gallerist. Like, we have that power, and it's beautiful. We need to embrace it. Breathe into it.
And you've embraced it to the point where, like you said, your online sales have gone way, way up, have gone through the roof, and will continue to. And your gallery does very well, but at this time, like you said, utilizing these tools, you've been able to thrive and not, just sell a few pieces here and there. They've been able to access all of it. So
so true. And when we had the shelter in place order in March, it was this very vulnerable feeling, and a conversation that I had with my family, and where I'm like, I don't know what's going to happen, but I trust that if this is the path I'm meant to continue on, that God will show me that, like we will sustain, we will get through this. And I just listened and was guided. And, even my mom was like, well, you need to create a free shipping code, and, you need to compete with Amazon. So I'm like, free shipping code, 10% off. And we were able to increase our online sales 600%.
Wow.
So, by the grace of God and like doing the work, and I'm so grateful to my patrons, because without patronage, artists cannot go forward. And I believe that having products that are authentic to this time, such as the masks and the puzzles, that was so important. And we did ship original art, but mostly, what do people need right now? We need hope, positive energy, and items we can actually use.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And you have all of those things in abundance. So hooray for that, for sure. And both of you have done this. Like I'm watching as, like you said, as we maneuver through this time and still thrive and still support each other and keep things moving virtually. And like you said, Roots Up did a virtual show that I believe you, Russell, were one of the curators of, and it was an incredible thing to see, because, like, again, I love coming to the gallery, but now that you guys converted to purely online over at Roots Up, it's just such a great thing to be able to still get to see the art, still get to interact with you and Leslie, and see what's going on. But also you branched out. You have art, and she's got art in a few places. She's got her art at,
we did that show. We were supposed to have that opening right like when things were starting to shut down. There were 3 artists, and we chose to, even before those mandates kind of went out, we chose to just move everything online. So we got everybody's favorite Jose Lucio came and did the video for us and edited it all together. And we had a lot of comments from that people really enjoyed that kind of virtual video show opening, because we did little walkthroughs with each of the 3 artists for the show, of which Leslie was one of them, so they could tell a little bit about each painting, the inspiration behind that painting or that piece, in Leslie's case, encaustic work, which you don't normally get at a gallery opening, because everyone's schmoozing and having the charcuterie and the wine. So sometimes you miss that, and they really liked that experience, and they could kind of go and look at all the artists. But like you said, we did unfortunately make the decision to close the storefront of Roots Up, but now we have taken everything online. And like Tiffani has said, her sales during the closure, we've had a lot of people reaching out to us through the website and through the Facebook, and buying specific pieces of folk art or other artists that then, significant pieces too. So there's a lot of collectors home, not spending all their money on going dining out. So they're looking at art that, as Tiffani said, brings authenticity kind of to their space. And we're happy to get it to their home, and hopefully they send us a picture when they hang it on the wall.
Exactly.
We like to see our pieces hanging on people's walls, when they get to love into that space. It kind of like almost completes it.
Yes, and I love walking into places and being like, oh, that's a Tiffani Taylor. Look at me, I know something. But I mean, and that's really one of the things that astounds me about the both of you is not just, of course, your artistry, but your discipline in your business, and how you handle the business of your art. And Tiffani, just from the get-go, I mean, I couldn't believe just I got candles, I got, just the business of your art, and everything is, branded so beautifully. And just what is something that you can say that, other than, I'll ask you to, Russell, because you just on it, that you can say to just kind of upcoming artists that are trying to brand, just trying to have a business about themselves, about their artistry.
One of my favorite things to do and spend my energy on is discussing art and business and teaching. I was a professor of art and marketing in Paris, and it brought me so much joy. During this time, I've really relied on a lot of the advice that I gave. And one of those sentiments is create, always create, especially during times of fear and vulnerability. This is when we will create our best work yet. And I also encourage artists and entrepreneurs, like, you have to put as much energy into your business as you do into the creating. So as much time as I spend in my studio, I put that energy into accounting, website, social media, communication. I think art and communication have always gone hand in hand. And something Russell said rang very true for me about the artists communicating about their work and how that would not happen typically at an art opening. And I had similar comments about the video I created that's on the Tiffani Taylor Gallery YouTube channel about where I slowed down and actually spoke about the meaning behind each piece. And I think that, you know, just hearing from the artist is so special and important as well.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, it just brings it home for them. You know, it just gives them that extra attachment and that extra love for the piece when you know something about it. It's like, you know, a song. You know, if you know why it was written or who it was written about, it just brings that extra added value to what it is.
Added value, absolutely.
Absolutely, absolutely. And Russell, your discipline. I mean, I've never, you know, I'm with Russell a lot. I'm with Tiffani a lot, and I'm still trying to absorb some of their you know, just how they handle things. And you're very diligent. And just like, where does that come from? Where does that? How did you kind of hone all of those skills to do that?
Me? Well, I'm glad you see it that way. Maybe sometimes it doesn't feel that way, but you know, having a little bit of OCD doesn't hurt. It kind of keeps
Just
that
a
driving.
little.
Just a little.
It's
But,
just
you know,
not romantic to starve, you know. A starving artist, it's not romantic to starve, and we deserve to be compensated for the work that we do.
True.
Absolutely, absolutely, especially when it's such beautiful work. And I don't know if I have any now, but if we do have any questions or comments for Tiffani, for Russell about, you know, everything, go ahead and bring them in, because now is just a supreme time. You have no idea the kind of knowledge that is before you right now, and so giving, Tiffani and Russell, and Tiffani every time just so giving of advice, of support. I, you know, myself, we have our Tiffani Taylor in my repertoire. You were traveling, like you have no idea the kind of knowledge that is before you. I always felt like you were here and just couldn't wait till you get back. So that's a gift. That is a gift, you know, and it's something that you share with, you know, the people that work with you in your gallery and your friends, and we appreciate that.
Thank you for
Thank
that.
you.
I truly believe that we're all brothers and sisters on this earth, and we're here to help each other. And that's where the joy comes from.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, the tribe that we've built, I think that's why Savannah is so magical. We have this great tribe. And Savannah Art Walk too, we shine brighter together. So I think when we, you know, are giving of ourselves, and, you know, especially I think the work that we do with the community, such as Light the Way, where, you know, we advocate for the local domestic abuse shelters and make sure that at Christmas, all the children and moms have gifts, and that we also share important numbers and resources to the scholarship fund that I have at SCAD that, you know, I've endowed and we award annually at SCAD. Like, it just brings so much joy to help. It's almost selfish because it makes you so happy. And, you know, that energizes me when with the shelter in place, like thinking about the organizations that we help, the people we help, that energized me to keep going. It's not just about, you know, me or even my team, like it's the community at large. It's our tribe.
Yes, it is our tribe. And I will go ahead and say hello, Erica A. Lumpert. Speaking of our tribe, she's part of our tribe, and you know, she loves to support the Savannah Art Walk that Tiffani does, and Security Associates does a lot of supporting for that. And we appreciate each other, we support each other, and I do love my tribe. But yes, you're just, I mean, and that light, you're always a light, and it's just wonderful. And in contrast, then we'll have Russell, who will tell you exactly. Russell is the best to have around because he is a no holds barred, and he will tell you, that does not look right there. We need to move that to the left. We
Yes.
can't get 2 blocks. I won't mention where we'll be at the time, but local restaurants, local, and he just loves to redecorate in his head. So
He has such a gift.
I have been known to rearrange a few things.
yes, exactly. So tell me, oh wait, do you have an egg around? Do you have one of your eggs, Russell?
I do, right here.
Oh yeah. So Russell is he's an artist of a lot of things, but he decorates these. You have to show them the egg. And I don't know if you have any dolls around. I wanted everyone to see your dolls.
No, those are different location. No, I originally,
They're
Tiffany hasn't seen it yet, but Ships of the Sea Museum was having like an egg decorating contest right at Easter, and there was so much confusion. Everything got shut down and everything, so I didn't finish one time. But then I had all these stone eggs left over, and a cookie tray that'll fit in my lap, and time to watch TV and work on them. So I've got a few in different stages of completion and creation, and I'm just going to keep on working on them. I think I'll probably call them like my COVID egg series or something.
Right.
I don't know. But next year by Easter, there'll be a lot of them. But this is one's kind of in process. It's just a stone egg covered with little shards of broken red glass. So that took about a week to do.
Wow.
And then I've got egg cups that they'll rest on in a base. So it'll be like a more presented kind of piece once they all get finished. So if anyone has stone eggs or egg cups, let me know.
I know. Well, we'll do another show and we'll see the completed collection of.
I know, right?
Your Easter egg hunt. Wonderful, wonderful. I know. And like you said, the dolls are at another location, but all you got to do is go to like his Facebook or something. You'll see some of the dolls. And he just has a very different eye, and it's a lot of fun to watch. It's a lot of fun to see him create some of the things that he does.
Well, thank you. Yes. I like having a different eye.
One in each socket, definitely. And so yes, so Tiffany, what besides Franklin there, what else are you working on creating? Because I see the beautiful tie. Did we all see the tie?
Oh yes, this is
did you see how dressed up we got?
This is a silk purple tie from Wolfgang, where he was groomed just for this event. Here.
So yeah,
so cute.
Tuckered out now. He's tuckered out.
Oh.
But I just finished the thesis show, so honestly, I'm a little tired.
I'm telling you, and you can you can see why she's so tired when you go to her website, TiffanyTaylorGallery.com, because she works very hard in there. That thesis was beautiful. And what I wanted to do was, and they'll just go to the website. The woman like I said, she likes to travel. So you'll get to kind of get some of the experiences from her experiences. I'm telling you, it's a fun, vicarious thing to do.
It's a localized experience.
It is. It's a fun way to spend some time and just to get some positivity and get lifted up and all of that.
You're such a Renaissance woman, so thank you for that, sister. Yeah, the gallery is very much like, it's just a patchwork quilt. It's my Paris travels, my humble beginnings from Utah and Wyoming to our Savannah Marsh. It's a patchwork quilt, really.
But that's what makes it all so rich. That's what makes all of it so worthwhile,
Sharing our history, storytelling.
So you're at the gallery now. She's on Whitaker. What's the address?
We are at 11 Whitaker Street.
11 Whitaker. And I just know, because when you walk up, you just feel it. You look up, there's a beautiful sign, and you just walk in. Infinite possibilities.
Infinite possibilities, positive energy. It's, I've always really referred to the gallery as our art sanctuary. And it's important to me that people feel that way. Like written on our wall, it says, be not inhospitable to strangers, lest they be angels in disguise. we meet a lot of angels here, a lot of earth angels.
Absolutely, absolutely. And then we can find Russell, some of Leslie's art and some of your art at what's the gallery 209?
Well, Leslie has some of her ceramics at Gallery 209 on River Street, and she has her paintings and encaustics at Signature Gallery and City Market.
Right.
So you can find her there at those two locations. And then my eggs whenever I get them finished.
And I can't sell this piece because it's my new backdrop. So I know.
Oh,
But
Lord. There's a
DM
waiting
me.
list for that piece.
I know, so I was like, DM me, we can talk. All of a sudden, I'm the agent on this piece. You know what I mean? Like, I know there is a way. I know. I had it. It was like this, trying to get it out of his hands. Like just for the show, for just for half an hour.
It looks so good. Like that needs to be your forever backdrop.
I know,
It's modern. I love it.
And it's my favorite color. It's yellow.
I mean,
Russell's like, you
and
ladies, go ahead and talk it out because it's not going to happen.
And it's award winning. So I'm like right there with Tiffani. I'm award winning artist. Lisa Watson juried the show and she picked that out for one of the awards. It's a merit award, but for me, it was a blind jury. So she didn't know that I had made it, but she loved the piece. So, and I like it. So it turned out how I saw it in my head when I made it. So
yeah. Oh, see, that rarely happens to me. Like that it comes out the way I hoped it would. Meals, whatever it is, it never happens. So we got a winner there.
it
definitely.
Turned out how
well, you did say something about talking about your pieces, Tiffani, and I just see a couple around you. And if you just want to explain one or two pieces of your pieces for everybody before I let, because it's one of my favorite things. Well, you did say something about.
So one of my favorite pieces from my thesis show is Savannah Marsh Nocturne. And I painted this painting completely while listening to Nocturne. I was a little melancholy, and it just kind of swims in that deliciousness. So let me take you to the painting.
Yes.
Franklin's going to take us. All right.
Franklin, lead the way, Franklin.
So here is a little tour of the gallery on our way to Savannah Marsh Nocturne.
Oh. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Just, I'm swimming. I'm walking through. I got on my weight boots. I'll be okay.
And, I have some more joyful marsh paintings as well. But, I mean, here's a little, sneak peek of my.
Oh, yes. Yes. Some signature pieces there.
Yeah. So you guys.
You all see what a beautiful just space she's created right here in Savannah, Georgia, that you can get anywhere in your life because.
And the very cutest.
Did Sheena freeze?
I think a little bit, but yes, I hope you.
Well, it's you and me, girl.
So let's talk about how much we love Sheena.
I know, we love her. How big is that, the Marsh Nocturne? How big is that piece?
She is, I think, like 98 by 48.
Oh, that's a good size.
Yeah, 48 high. And I think about 98 wide, but.
Oh my.
Maybe we should tell the story of how we met.
Oh Lord, yes. You start.
Tell it.
So I was working and you were graduating.
Yes. And you had to steam me in the bathroom.
Yes, this valedictorian, don't let anybody ever forget that. She was graduating valedictorian, hadn't met you at all. Well,
Thank you so
Tiffani,
much.
looks like we lost her.
We love you, Sheena. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Love and light from the Tiffani Taylor Gallery. Franklin's asleep.
And yes, Sheena, thanks for having us on. We're sorry we lost you due to some technical issues, but we'll see you again soon. And yeah, please check out Roots Up Gallery online and on Facebook and buy some folk art and art from local artists. So Tiffani, it's good to see you. I'm glad we had this time together.
Love you, brother. Love you, Sheena.
Love you.